Hello, lovely, inspiring human potential community. In this universal love energy transmission, we will be clearing charged emotional and mental patterns around relationships, environment, workspace, career path, social interactions, overall life situations, anything that is weighing you down, that you want to gain clarity on, inner harmony, and pursue inner growth, so that you can make room for what you want, that which brings you lightness, what matches your higher frequency, your 5D and beyond heart, mind, and body frequency, what makes your heart sing and rocks your world. As an energy healer during this session, I will be channeling universal love energy through me into you. If you are open and receptive to this universal love energy, which is always sent to your highest and best good, that will be channeled through me into you. Give your consent. Say aloud or in your mind, yes, that you're open and receptive. And as I connect to you energetically, I would like you to take some time to take a look at the lovely Shaman's Dream Oracle card you see in front of you. It is meant to help you focus on clarity and organization. I am now connected to you energetically. As you can see, the card is titled A Tidy House, and below it you see the words clarity and organization. When we think of our world is our home, but what is your world? Your world is your life, and how you feel and think and who's around is very important to that house, to that world, to that life. So if you had to think about your house with the emotions, the thoughts, the people, the everything, what areas would you like to organize a little bit more? What areas are weighing you down? What areas are lighting you up? Before we begin, please take a couple of moments to clear your mind. So bring your awareness and allow yourself to start to rhythmically breathe, to focus in on your heart, and to gain a state and a sense of ease. This will enable you to be in that lovely ventral vagal state, and so for your brain to be at its optimal, and for your body to feel safe, and for you to be able to contemplate what we'll be chatting about. Breathe naturally and allow yourself to follow your body's rhythm, whatever relaxes you. In order to stay focused and achieve clarity, you can pinpoint the house, or you can close your eyes. It's up to you. You don't have to take notes, but we will be thinking as we talk about the first thing, what surrounds you, your environment, the people. Are there people that lift you up and people that weigh you down? Who do you go to in those moments when life gets tough? And which group lifts you up, which groups doesn't so much so? This level of clarity is important because your support system is of the utmost importance to a cozy, welcoming home. When we go home, we want to feel loved. We want to feel safe. We want to feel welcomed with our vices and our virtues, the unconditional love that every person with self-worth and empowerment achieves. So begin identifying the people that make your home cozy and the people that don't. And identify, if you can, surround yourself more with the coziness, because abundance grows where energy flows. And if you're using energy to explain yourself to people, to try and get them to understand you when you need their support, that's taking away from you, from your time, from your energy. Your body enters a state of needing to defend its position. And you could be spending that time doing something different with people that enlighten and enrich. And your body in and of itself will be enriched as well. For that energetic spectrum, when you're trying to explain and defend, means your nervous system is not in a ventral vagal state. You are in a charged state, and that weighs on you and takes energy, and so it takes away the abundance. It's not about removing anyone. I am firmly believer of unconditional love, but I'm also a very good organizer. The time you have in a day, you get to choose how to spend it. The people, you get to choose. Some not so much, but you can allocate time and therefore diminish. And also, as you gain knowledge of your own body and your energy levels in this way, you can know how much time is ideal and when. And so, for example, when you're weighed down by life, those groups of people, maybe not today, next month. Now let's move to your emotions. And let's focus on anything in your life that right now is weighing you down. Something that you are either procrastinating on or that simply, gives you a bit of a headache. Something you'd like to resolve. Or someone, if it's somebody, not that you'd like to resolve, but maybe it's a someone, not a something. Now that you've pinpointed, first of all, we send love, compassion, ease. Help yourself give a sigh of relief. That way you can lighten the load a little bit and pinpoint where the emotions go in the body as you think of this situation and or person. Also pay attention to what type of feeling is it. Is it anger, frustration? Does it make your heart feel heavy or your throat feel blocked? If it's the throat, there's something you want to say. If it's the heart, there's something the ego's hurting for, the self. There's a heartbreak. As you breathe, naturally allow yourself to welcome the emotion and not judge it. Allow yourself also to explore what thoughts come to mind. And as you take a look at that, pay attention if there's any hidden way the body resists certain emotions, because sadness, anger, they are defense emotions. It means your body's already protecting you. So something's uncomfortable. It's not because you have to be uncomfortable. That pain comes up because our nervous system, with the lack of predictability, it's alerted. The regular listeners know. I've been learning from lovely classes on working with trauma in the brain. And so I have a pretty good knowledge with the nervous system's breakdown. And I recently learned this. Lack of predictability threatens the nervous system. Our emotions are connected to our body. We just don't have the habit of connecting it to the body because we've learned through stories, and people still tell stories, but also we didn't have the technology to see within the body, so we didn't know these pieces of information. Pay attention if you feel any resistance towards being emotional, for we will have learned by a certain age how to mask emotions, and or we build a way of feeling when we're vulnerable. As you gain this awareness within your own body, bring neutrality to the emotion and to yourself. And once again, compassion. And understand that nobody really likes being vulnerable, so it's okay to be upset. Now again, if we focus on the specific emotion of this event or situation, person, situation going on, when it's low, the low energy, what thoughts come to mind? Let us begin to work with your thoughts. Do you revisit the past, present, future? Are these thoughts actual things that matter still? Or are they hypotheticals without knowing? Make sure to get clear and organized. What is now existing, applicable? What is a hypothetical? What is a fear? What is a stressor? What's preventing you from entering that door of the lovely home, your inner home, and to find a way out, to bring forth some solution? The ego self obviously has its opinion about the matter at hand. Otherwise, the body would be at ease. Now that you identify it, and as you can gain clarity, move beyond what you know. Here's the part of the unknown, and why it is challenging at times for us to disengage from a thought pattern, a storyline, because your body is using what it knows. Your brain is using what it knows. But right now, you're in this contemplative space, so go into what you don't know and look at the two sides and or more sides and think, what can you do? What could resolve this feeling, this weighed down feeling? Now remember that the power lies within you, not the external. The external has shown you what it is. Right now, in the moment of now, what available options do you have to resolve the situation and or event, and or if there's a person again involved, which I'm assuming it would be communication. Allow yourself to think of proactive steps, not hypothetical futures of what could be or not be, but actual things that can bring you just a little bit closer to moving out of the way down and into the resolution of the situation. In any moment, by the way, when you get emotional, if it's a bit overwhelming, pause the video. Hopefully the universal love is being felt as we speak, though, and you are still rhythmically breathing and calm. And at this point, I would like to take the opportunity to remind you of the immense power that you always hold. And just because there may not be a solution doesn't mean you cannot gain a sense of lightness. Sometimes cycles of situations that weigh one down will be closed on your own. And if this is the case for this situation, again, organize it. The clarity is that it's important. Otherwise, you wouldn't have such an emotional response. It would be nothing. So, what can you do for yourself to bring peace in the now? You can come back and do this same exercise again and again. You can also, once we're finished, write in a journal. Write your thoughts. Write the new perspective. Allow yourself to make a list and evaluate those emotions as these ideas resurface and or as the situation plays out. The more you can stay connected in love, neutrality, and compassion, the more you will be able to think clearly, because your brain is in its optimal state, and so is your body. It's all in one go. Now, when we center to the heart with this situation event, imagine having resolved it, and allow the feeling to come of lightness. I will now disconnect from you as we are closing this session, and I ask you to keep that emotion and that visual of the resolution in mind. I have disconnected completely, and I just want to remind you once again of how much power the heart and mind of you hold, when you can bring them to harmony, and that your mindset is everything. It is what gets you to experience life. It is what gets you to take enriching actions. It is what leads you to the coziest home ever. But it is if you follow that heart truly, and you'll always know when you're truly following it because it makes your heart sing. There's always bliss when you're choosing that which resonates with you 100%. As you all know, you can reach out to me on the website inspiringhumanpotential.com or the blog luna12780.com. Have a wonderful day, sending all lots of love, hugs, and light.